Welcome back to another fantastic property tour, Rankin family. Today, we are located in Tombball, Texas, near Houston, looking at another gorgeous luxury home. And as always, I want to give a huge thank you to the listing agent, Deborah Smith, and IKLO Builders for making this tour possible. I'll be sure to leave all of the information in the description below. Wow, family, this one is a beauty. I just got done walking it, and I think you will find this one absolutely impressive. Now, starting on the exterior, you have the painted board and batten along with the stucco and natural stone. The high-pitched roofs, you are situated on a little over 1.5 acres. And then, of course, on the exterior, you'll notice that outdoor wall lanterns. Those are going to be surrounding the entire property. You'll see that on the back of it as well. But what's unique about this one is right here. Look at that arch leading you to your motor court right there. You are going to have a 2-car garage right here detached, and then the additional 2-car garage straight ahead. You have quick access points around the property. You'll see that in just a second, but then let's continue this walkway. Now, before we do continue, I'll show you straight ahead. You are in a gated community and you have plenty of space. That long driveway right there, and then the gorgeous curb appeal. Now, you see the natural stone continuing this way. Now we have a covered front porch right here, double front doors with the arch theme again, and then of course the outdoor wall lanterns, but plenty of space even right here on your columns. You see the natural stone right here. Very beautiful and impressive, but wait till you get inside. Ooh. Look at this, family. Gorgeous. Before we continue, I'll pan you upwards. Look at the ceilings. You have the exposed beams, 2-tier chandelier hanging down right here in your foyer. Now, what's neat about this one is we're starting to see this trend come back. That checkered tile, right? And I love that, especially when you walk in here. And then look at the front doors from the inside. Beautiful. All right, now let's start right here. The most impressive study I've ever seen in my life. And tell me in the comments if you agree. You got your French doors leading you in here. Look at the massive ceilings. But then not only that, look straight ahead right there. You got your additional sitting area, plenty of space, the gorgeous pendant lights hanging down. And then look at the coffered ceiling right above there. Beautiful. So much space to work with, and especially working from home, this is going to be perfect for you. Now you will notice the darker forest green paint inside of here. The decor is fantastic. Really great job. And again, like I said, I put all the information in the description so that way you can check it out. Now, as we continue right here, look at the arch theme again. Straight ahead, look at this formal living area right here. You got a massive picture window straight ahead, the accent ceilings, or the accent wall rather. And look at the cream color in here. Really just does a great job. And of course, the staging is the cherry on top. So you got the neutral colors. You'll notice the beautiful trim as we walk along the property. And then look at this. I'll do a quick pan for you, starting right here. So since we're already right here, let's go ahead and start inside of the kitchen. Again, the 2-tier, beautiful wagon wheel chandelier, vaulted ceilings here. Now, you see that we have those outdoor lanterns that we've seen on the exterior of the property. So you got your sconces here, picture windows overlooking your front yard. But then the natural stone accent right here. Beautiful. You got quartz countertops in here, Gen Air appliances. You got your massive sink overlooking there, but look how large this island is, family. Very spacious, perfect to entertain and have the entire family. You see you got your bar area straight ahead right here. And then we do have a pot filler. Love that. So you have custom millwork throughout the property. You got your 6-burner range with the griddle. You see that's Gen Air as well. Plenty of cabinetry surrounding your island right over here. Now, first and foremost, since we're on this side, let's open up this refrigerator so you can see. So they just completed this about a month ago or so. And I love the staging that they added in here. Now, right to the left of it, you're gonna have some additional cabinet storage to work with. All of it has that soft close mechanism. You got your custom cabinets and then that sleek vent hood right above. Beautiful, but the soaring ceilings just creates that airy and open atmosphere. Very perfect, or really perfect, really. So you got your trash drawer right over here. Dishwasher, again, Gen Air, stainless steel. Plenty of counter space to take advantage of. Prep any food items that you have. But then look at that. You got your sliding barn doors leading you into this massive pantry. So here we go with our working pantry, quartz countertops, additional cabinetry, or shelving rather, right above there. Beautiful backsplash, a picture window right there, overlooking your 1.5 acres. And you will even notice the quartz window sills throughout the home. Beautiful. Okay, so you have an open concept dining area here, picture windows overlooking your backyard. As you can see, plenty of space if you wanted to add anything that you can think of. The playground, trampoline, pool, and spa. You have the ability to do so. Again, that arch theme right over there where our dry bar is, perfect for entertaining. Just have some scotch right there for your guests. Then you will notice the custom cabinet doors. This is going to be the flat panel, and you'll see that throughout the home. You got your floating shelving, that accent wall right behind there, and then a recessed light. But look how spacious and open this is. You got your sliders with your transom windows straight ahead, leading you to your covered backyard patio, perfect for entertaining. And then again, look at the natural stone accents, even for your fireplace around. Inside your firebox, you have the herringbone pattern that we so much love. This is a dream house, I tell you. Beautiful, and it's always good to be back in Texas. For my long-term subscribers know I'm born and raised in Houston, so gosh, it's about 40 minutes away from where I grew up. So I love the familiar scenery. Okay, so now heading right over here. Look at this. So you got your accent wall right there, beautiful mud room. You see that. So you will notice the brass hardware throughout, especially for the shaker cabinetry right here. Straight ahead is going to be your attached 2-car garage, and then this side access door leading you to your motor court. We'll see that in just a second for you. But now heading into our laundry room. Look at this. I'm a huge fan of the color of these cabinets right here with the beautiful champagne bronze rod or that brass. Both of those would go very well with that color right here. I'll work on getting that color for you. I don't know just yet. And if I'm not 100% certain, I'm not going to mention it in the video. I don't want you to head to Sherwin-Williams and end up getting the wrong paint. And then you coming back to the video and blaming me. I don't want to be the one taking responsibility for that, but it's okay. I'll get it for you if I can find it. But you got that nice deep sink, you got stainless steel in there, beautiful backsplash complementing the color palette in here. And then you got some additional shelving right above there. Plenty of space for an oversized washer and dryer. And then I'll show you right here first and foremost. So why not? Since we're already right here and the door is unlocked, let me show you that real quick. But again, look at that beautiful arch right there. Really unique feature that I haven't seen, you know, being in over 370 properties, give or take. Really love that. Now we have showcased a home by this particular builder before. Unfortunately, it wasn't staged, but gosh, it was about a year ago or so, and I was so impressed with that one. So you can go back through the catalog and check that out. Now that's your 2-car garage right here. You can add the epoxy flooring down the road. This is a spec home, so it's ready to be purchased and ready for its new owner as we speak. Plenty of space right over here. Sometimes, you know, some folks might, if they have some kiddos, might add a basketball goal right there. You can do that, but parking will certainly not be an issue for you. And then your additional 2-car garage here. Love that picture window. Plenty of space for any size vehicle that you have. Okay, so we've seen this section right over here. Look at that. Now, before we continue, I just wanted to make sure you saw this, but I have to show you straight ahead right over here before we head to the upstairs. You'll see that there's 2 bedrooms upstairs, and then, you know, an attic space. But right over here, if you can imagine, that is the primary suite. Let me show you this first and foremost. So you got your first bedroom right over here. It is ensuite, but plenty of room for a queen bedroom set. You will have carpet in here and the tall baseboards, but it is that plush carpeting. So you got, gosh, 10-foot ceilings inside of here. The separate walk-in closet, plenty of shelving. And again, you know, I'm a huge fan of the continued shelving up to the ceiling. So you can always add that if you need additional storage. But in here, again, you got the flat panel cabinet door, shower tub combo in here, matte black shower head and shower valve. You got that massive picture window right over here. And then that beautiful sconce. Let me turn this sconce on for you. Look at that modernness. Beautiful. Okay. So throughout the rest of the home, you will notice the hardwood floor throughout, but aside, you know, of course, the bedrooms. Look at this king bed set. You got your additional sitting area. Look at that. What a beautiful day out. Maybe you can see outside. You got the picture windows. You got your egress windows on both sides, so you don't have to worry about that. But gosh, look at the room that you have, the double doors leading you inside of here. And again, the ceiling height really creates that, you know, feeling of being endless in dimension, right? And I know some folks, they love the vaulted ceiling concept inside of the primary bedroom, but you know, with the size of these, I think you don't really need that. Now, heading inside of your ensuite, you see you got your sliding door with the privacy glass, but then let's continue in here. Beautiful. So you got your gorgeous modern chandelier, tray ceilings, picture window straight ahead. You got 2 mirrors right there with that gorgeous gold trim. And then look at this massive wet room. Again, the arch theme, you're seeing that throughout the home. As we're looking around, you got your glass enclosure, freestanding tub right here, massive rain shower head, and that beautiful accent straight ahead. It really complements the color in here. What a wonderful job. So now you got your dual sinks, quartz countertops again, custom cabinet doors. You'll see that flat panel. And then you got your gorgeous light fixtures right above there. And since we're here, I'll turn this one on for you. And this one. So you don't have to worry, they work. I know sometimes I might miss 1 or 2 lights that I turn on as I walk through the property, and I don't want you to think it's not working, but it certainly is. Okay, so now heading into your massive closet. I just said it just a moment ago. The shelving continuing all the way to the ceiling creates a ton of additional space to work with, or storage rather. You got your cosmetic area right over here, quartz countertops, the shaker style, LED mirror right there, and then look at the closet island. I mean, I am smiling ear to ear right now. I love when we walk into a massive walk-in closet. And of course, let me know your thoughts in the comments. But you got your quartz again, shaker style. You got that champagne bronze. You got plenty of space. Then you got your built-in drawers straight ahead, massive picture window. And I don't know if you can see, but it just started raining. And this is the perfect place to be in when it's raining. Just sit back and relax. Maybe call off of work that day and enjoy it. All right, over here, you got your water closet. As you can see, gorgeous. Okay, so we've seen everything on this side. I want to make sure we don't forget anything. Just take one more glimpse of this beautiful foyer. Gorgeous. All right, let's go ahead and continue So we've seen over there to the left, again, right there where your dry bar is, you have your beverage fridge to take advantage of. We'll see that in just a second, but I want to take you straight ahead over here. Now, as we head into our powder bath, look at this. Love the vanity. You got that massive slab as far as the counters are concerned. You got your accent wall, beautiful pendant light hanging down. And look at that. You got that beautiful, gorgeous, elegant maroon color in here. Additional sliders inside of your entertaining space. Perfect for a game room. And then, of course, you got your family room or great room right behind me. And then a couple more steps you can head over here. Now, you see that they have it furnished as this, but whatever your imagination can drum up, you can do whatever you please with this room. Now, you do have a designated theater room, family. Again, you see the double sliding barn doors straight ahead. And look at the space that you have in here. You already got your sconces to take advantage of. And then straight ahead, you got some storage right here, as you can see. Beautiful. All right, so let's go ahead and head straight ahead. So we have 2 bedrooms on that wing of the house that we saw, the primary and a guest bedroom. And then you have an additional suite over here. Now, depending on the proximity, of course, you want your guests or in-laws to be to you. This may be the in-law suite. And if you make this more of the guest suite, I definitely don't blame you. I probably would do the exact same. But that is a king-size bed, your 2 nightstands, and look at the walk room that you still have. Beautiful. Again, you see that off-white or that cream color in here again. Gorgeous color palette that even extends inside of our walk-in closet straight ahead. And then you got a full bathroom right over here. Look at this. So you do have your glass enclosed shower right here, right? And then that floor to ceiling ceramic wood-like accent continuing all the way straight. But if you wanted to use this as a cabana bath, because of course this is a shared bathroom, then you certainly could do that if you were to build in that pool. But still modern sconces, mirror frame, and the cabinetry and countertops. Beautiful. Okay, so we've seen the entire first level. Let's go ahead and get you upstairs. Look at that. So the wood flooring extends up here. You're gonna have the wood handrails. Then you got the iron railing as well. Now, once you head up here, you have this loft area to take advantage of. So perfect for the kiddos hanging out right here. You got 2 additional bedrooms. So 3 downstairs, 2 upstairs for a total of 5. This is gonna be your attic space. You got your 2 tankless water heaters, as you can see. You got your fiberglass as far as your insulation is concerned. I know I got a comment about that. I know they like to see that. So I'm gonna make sure we get a close-up of that. Now I'm gonna stand on this angle and show you the entire loft up here. All right, so now here's our 4th bedroom right here. The first upstairs, a little smaller than some folks would probably want, but for the kiddos, a queen bed set. You got additional space for a dresser and then even a desk, and you still have a ton of walk room. But the positive is we have an ensuite right here. Look at that. Glass enclosed again. Picture window straight ahead. And even look at the rain shower head and our shower niche. Beautiful. Look at this. And I tell you what, it's been about I'd say about a year or so since I came to this side, right? You know, we were in Florida for some time. You know, we were going back and forth, but this specific area, it's been about a year or so, I'd say, and it has grown tremendously. So with you being in a gated community, you have close proximity to the Beltway 8, which is, a toll road. And then of course you got your shopping and amenities. They're opening up a ton out here. So I'm very impressed with the progress they made over the last year. And if you're from this area, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you're not, and you are looking in the greater Houston area, I encourage you to take a look. Now, you see this bedroom right over here, a lot more spacious than the other one. So in here, you can certainly fit a queen, possibly even a king with, a sitting area, I'd say, with the amount of room that you have in here. But I know you probably can appreciate the separate closet and the ensuite. I know a lot of folks love that, especially the comments that I've gotten over the years. So I think you can certainly appreciate that. And again, your glass enclosed shower. Now in here, they opted for the matte black shower wand and rain shower head, and even that light flat panel cabinet door, but you still got the matte black sconces, you can see. Beautiful. Love what I'm seeing. Okay. So we've seen the entire inside of the home. Now, last but not least, we'll see the backyard, see how much space you still have. So with this being in a gated community, I know some folks may wonder, is it an HOA? It's $1,000 annually as of right now, or at least at the time of this recording. So that'll give you some perspective. However, for the location and what you get, I think it's certainly worth it. Okay, so now heading out here, look at that. Again, you see your columns right here. You even have the outdoor wall lanterns. You can see the natural stone columns wrapped around there. But look how much room that you have. Perfect for entertaining. Look at this. So you see where the grass is cut right over there. That's approximate where your lot line, and that'll just kind of give you an idea of how much room you have. So a ton of room to work with out here as far as building that pool and spa as massive as you want to, right? And then of course you can have the trampoline out here, playground set, depending on your personal preference. But other than that, family, that was another beautiful luxury home tour. All right, Rankin family, that was it for this beautiful luxury home right here in Tombball, Texas. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this particular property. Is this something you could see yourself living in? Would you make any changes? If so, let me know in the comments below. Of course, if you want more information about this home or any home we showcase, reach out to the information in the description. Consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss a tour every single week. And I'll see you folks on the next property tour. Welcome back to another fantastic property tour, Rankin family. Today, we are located in Boerne, Texas again, looking at another gorgeous luxury home. And I want to give a huge thank you to the listing agent, Anna Sarabia with Keller Williams, and the builder, McCall Custom Homes, for making this tour possible. As always, I'll leave all of the information in the description below. Now, starting on the exterior, family, this is not something we see every day, and I'm certainly excited about this one. You have that hill country aesthetic From the exterior, you are going to have the multi-tone limestone and the clean stucco on the outside of the property. Now, you have a porte-cochere straight ahead that's going to lead you to your motor court, and then you're going to have an additional 3-car garage straight ahead. Now, what's fascinating about the property is right there you have a full guest suite, and then you'll see a little bit of that a little bit later on, and then you're situated on over an acre. I'll turn you around so you can see the driveway and how much space you have available. Now, really grand. I love this home because it was well thought out. It's in fact called the Lone Ranger. And once you go inside, you'll see exactly why that is. Now, you are going to have this grand covered front porch right here. And then you see the multi-tone stone and it continues this way. And it's actually limestone. So as we continue right here, look at the flooring. You have the extended covered front porch, as you can see right there. And then you can get a better close up on the stucco and the stone. Beautiful. Okay, you are going to have this massive iron pivot door as well. So really just a statement. And then as I turn you around right here, you have the continuation as well. But without further ado, let's go and get you inside. Okay. So as always, before we do continue, I'll turn you around so you can see the front door from the inside, and I'll pan you upwards. Look at these soaring ceilings inside of our foyer. Now, as I slowly turn you back around, you do have this 20 light 5-tier chandelier right here, and it greets you as soon as you walk in. You will notice the floating beams on the top as well. And then of course that beam straight ahead. So this is a nice statement. I like how spacious and open it is as soon as you walk in. Now, what we're going to go ahead and do is walk the perimeter so you can see every inch of this house. Okay. So now starting right here in the study, you got tray ceilings, beautiful light fixture right here. Now, you will notice some traditional elements inside of here, a little bit different than what we're used to seeing on the channel, at least over the last 6 months. And I know I've been getting comments about that, you know, change it up a little bit, show us something slightly different. And I hope you're a fan of this one. Now you are going to have your built-in shelving right over here. You got the cabinet doors right down there. And then you will notice the dual entry way right here. You got the glass panes as far as the doors are concerned. Straight ahead is going to lead you to your primary retreat. And you're going to see exactly why I call it a retreat. Now, before we continue, you have that rotunda ceiling right here. Love that. And then let's go ahead and continue in here. Beautiful. So the multi-tone limestone continues this way. You're seeing the accent wall right there. You have French doors leading you inside of here. And then look at that. You have the floor to ceiling fireplace. Beautiful. So you see the floating beam design again inside of here, and look at the room that you have. I know you see that spiral staircase. We'll see that in just a moment. Then you have the doors leading you to your backyard oasis and your covered backyard patio. We'll see that a little bit later on, but let's talk about the depth of the room. King size bed there, 2 massive nightstands, look like dressers right there. Then you have a designated sitting area, and then you'll see your loft area once we go up there. But I want to show you the ensuite before we do continue, and that way everything will come full circle for you. Beautiful. So in here, you see that you got the custom cabinets, beautiful sconces, and look as I pan you upwards. Beautiful soaring ceilings, the floating beam design in that X pattern, as you can see. And then look at this glass enclosed shower. Extremely roomy and spacious. Straight ahead, you're going to have your massive freestanding tub right there. You have a ledge, as you can see. And look at that Calicut countertop. Beautiful. So I'll get you a little bit of a close up here. You got your rain shower head and then your additional dual shower heads right here. So you'll not have to worry about steam whatsoever. As you can see, a full shower to take advantage of with the temperature control, automated. Love that. Now this is going to be your stackable washer and dryer right here, as you can see. So you have plenty of space, but it has that discreet look that folks are looking for, right? you go ahead and close that off and you'll never know. You would think that would be a towel closet, right? But now, looking in our first closet here, built-ins already ready to go. Even over here, look at this. You got your built-in traditional drawers over here, and then it even continues this way. So you will not have to worry about any shelving whatsoever in here, storing any wardrobe. And the beauty is that your partner is going to have an additional closet, so you don't have to worry about fussing and fighting over who gets what space. Now, giving you a better close-up of your freestanding tub right here. Got that massive window, bringing in a ton of natural light. And then your water closet right over here to the left, as you can see, look at this. So you even got your built-in cabinetry right above there. All right, and then your next closet, look at that. Plenty of space inside of here as well. Not as big as the last one, of course, and that was intentional, but you still have a ton of room to work with. You can hang any wardrobe, and then you have some additional shelving right above here that you can take advantage of. So let me know in the comments what you're thinking about this property. Like I said, not something we see on the channel quite often, and I was so excited when we had the opportunity to go inside of here. Now you got your pendant lights right above your dining, or your nightstands rather. And then I'll give you a sneak peek of the outdoors. As always, we'll see that a little bit later on in the tour. That's a massive pool, and you'll see it in just a second. Okay, so like I said, you got your sitting area up here. Now, just because I love you folks, we'll get up here, okay? Let me show you this real quick. Wow. So if you are a bookworm like myself, you can come up here. You have that tranquility, the peace, get away from all the chaos and read. Even if you don't, maybe you want to meditate or pray up here, you can certainly do so. But you see that you got your built-in shelving ready to go. It can accommodate, gosh, I'm going to guesstimate 500-600 books, probably 1,000. Let me know what you think in the comments. And then look at this balcony right here. Love this. Oh my goodness. You'll probably spend a lot more time than anticipated up here. Mark my words. But like I said, you got the iron doors leading you out this way. And then one thing I can appreciate is the additional 4 windows on this side to bring in some sunlight. You don't have to have the lights on in here. You can just kind of hang out, read a nice book on a Saturday morning, maybe enjoy coffee, some tea, and you are good to go. Okay, so we've seen this side of the house and we are just getting started. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the tour. Now, as we continue back out here, I'll pan you upwards one more time, and then we'll take a look in the great room. Look at this. So again, the limestone continues over here. I cannot get enough of that multi-tone look. So as I pan you upwards, the soaring ceilings, vaulted design, you see the beautiful chandelier hanging down right over here. Then you have the Pella doors. So you can open that up, have the indoor, outdoor living. And then of course, on both sides of your fireplace, you see that you can add any decor that you like. Then you got that massive mantle. So really just a statement. I mean, I'm telling you, your guests walk in here, they will be impressed. Beautiful. Okay. So as we continue right here, perfect for entertaining, but once we go into the kitchen, look how neat this is. So you do have your double islands here. You got quartzite countertops. That quartzite extends up the backsplash right there. Massive vent hood, custom cabinetry throughout. You have your panel ready refrigerator decor appliances. Couldn't get that out for a second, but you got the double oven over here. You got your cooktop, as you can see, and we have the pot filler. Love that. Then you got a farmhouse sink. So a ton of space to get your guests or, you know, the kids helping you in the kitchen, right? You can do that without any challenges whatsoever. Now, as always, we'll spend a little bit of time inside of the kitchen so I can just give you a feel of the storage space that you have. So you got your trash drawer right here. They do, or they, were entertaining inside of here. And then in fact, this was entered in the parade of homes that just happened recently. So I think you can appreciate that. Nothing but great things to say about this beautiful house right here. Look at that. We got a Reese's right there. Reese's peanut butter cups. But plenty of storage to work with. As you can see, really discreet look. So, it blends that traditional with contemporary. And I really love that. So you have a ton of counter space even over here, as you can see. And I'll open up some of these cabinets, upper cabinets for you. And then right above this, you have additional stack cabinets in your cabinet crowns. Okay, but then you head in here and your hidden pantry. You might have not have seen this. Love that. So you got the natural wood countertops in here. And then the same thing with the additional shelving right here. But plenty of space to prep. Love that. And then, of course, how discreet that is. You will not get tired of this pantry right here. And then imagine this view every single day. I don't think you'd get tired of it. Let me know your feedback in the comments below. Okay, so now we head to our breakfast nook right over here. Look at this. So surrounded by windows, you have the bay windows, then overlooking that backyard retreat. Man, and then if that is enough, you didn't want to use the sliders, you can go ahead and have access the backyard patio through that door without any issues whatsoever. Okay, so trust me, I haven't forgot about anything. Now we're going to continue to this wing of the house before we go upstairs. So stick with me and enjoy it. So you got a storage closet right underneath your staircase, as you can see. Now, inside of your formal dining, look at this, family. Beautiful. So you will have the double tray ceilings in here, wood ceiling on top of that, accent walls. Then you have a nice wallpaper, and make sure you stay tuned because I want to show you a wallpaper that I haven't seen in a house, and I think you may like it. Beautiful. Now, one thing I want to mention before we do continue, you might be wondering what kind of pendant lights we have right there. That's the smoke bale lanterns with aged iron. Really neat touch. So you're seeing that traditional aspect throughout the home. Okay, so now let's go ahead and continue to our next bedroom. So in here you have a queen bed, your 2 nightstands, as you can see, and you still have walk room to take advantage of. You are gonna have the separate closet and your bathroom, but you do have the walk-in feature. And now we'll continue this way. Look at this. So again, we're seeing the continuation of the zero threshold in here. Beautiful tiling. Got some additional cabinetry right above your toilet. And then you got that oval mirror with your sconce right above there. And then the rest of the countertops in here are going to be that Calicotta. So top of the line, high end. And I love it. Now right over here, you got your powder bath, beautiful vanity. You got your wallpaper in here. Got that gorgeous pendant light hanging down. And look at that. So you see there's no door on the hinges, right? Because it was showcased, but you could, you just add that door, or if you wanted to add a pocket door, because I know my audience is a fan of those, you can always do that as well. All right, so next bedroom here, queen bed again. You see you have a ton of space, but not only that, you have a quick access door leading to your backyard in this room. So I love that. And then in here, you got your ensuite. Look at that. Floor to ceiling tiling. And then as I turn you around, look at that. So like I said, you're seeing the blendedness of that modern style with the traditional. So I really appreciate that they brought that to the Parade of Homes and that element. A lot of times whenever they design these homes for Parade of Homes, right, it's exactly that. They want to showcase their product, exactly what they can do, and they go all out. I tell you, I love seeing that. And then I'll do a quick pan right here and we'll continue. Okay, so hopefully you can see yourself living in, or at least living inside of this home with your family. If you're watching with your family, hello, first and foremost. And let me know your thoughts so far. Now, before we do continue, we're gonna go to this next room right over here. So I didn't mention this yet, but this home is fully equipped with speakers throughout. So you might have noticed that on the ceiling. You'll see that right there. Notice that in the common areas. You have a quick access door right here leading to your backyard patio. Again, queen size bed, your 2 nightstands in the separate closet and bathroom. So each one of these has been walk-in, which I know you can appreciate. And then look at this. So this one's gonna have the shower tub combo, but you do have the sliding glass door right there. Like I always mention, don't have to worry about the shower curtains and mess with that. Beautiful. So to the left, right here, you're gonna have this recessed area, so you can add some decor how they did. That's gonna be your 3-car garage straight ahead. And then you see it's a true 3-car garage. So side by side, epoxy flooring in here, an abundance of space, and then your motor court right out here. I'll show you right here. Perfect. And then look at that, you even got an electric charger right here. So go ahead and put your Tesla inside. I know Tesla's been getting some backlash, but there's an abundance of brands if not. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. Right here, you do have a vault. That's a nice little touch right there. I'm not too sure. I'll find out for you and I'll let you know in the description, but it looks like a vaulted door. I don't believe that leads to like a full, gun safe or anything. I could be wrong though. But now, heading inside of our laundry room, look at this. So you do have the stackable washer and dryer that was inside of the primary suite, right? But then you have your main utility room right here. Stacked cabinets, as you can see, plenty of counter space. Got your dog wash straight ahead right here. Look, if you don't have a dog, you can go ahead and use that one right there. Play pretend, have the kiddos play pretend. Then you got the window overlooking your motor court, plenty of space to work with. And I love that textured tiling in here, really neat. And then now, here's your mudroom or drop zone. And this is gonna lead you straight out there. We'll see that in just a second. But as I turn you around here, look at this, a fully equipped gym or fitness studio. I tell you, if you only need to walk a few steps and head out here to your gym, I don't think we would miss a day. But you see, you got your picture windows in here, LED lights right above there. You already got your mirrors ready to go. Look at that. Plenty of space. And then you have an additional full body mirror. So since we're on this side of the house right now, so the door is locked right now. However, I can just show you a sneak peek. Oftentimes when we see a porte-cochere, right, that might be an additional single car garage bay. But in this instance, they decided to go with a full guest suite. So I hope you can see that maybe a little bit. Hopefully that gives you a better idea. You even got your full bathroom back there. So just so you can see that. So nice feature, plenty of driveway available. And I love that. Okay. So let's go ahead and continue. So this one has been, extremely extravagant. I could say that. That's the best I could, describe this one. And it's very fascinating to see this. And quite frankly, let me know if you want us to go to more Parade of Homes just to showcase a lot of their, these custom homes, different homes. I've gotten a few comments that said the other homes are pretty similar to each other. And I think by being in here, it'll change some things up. Okay, so now heading to the second level, family. We'll start right over here to the right, and then we'll make our way around. So in here, Look at that. King size bed, 2 nightstands, and look at the room that you still have on both sides of the nightstands. A ton of space. And whoever gets this room, I tell you, you are in for a treat, because you'll see it in just a second why that is. So now you do have your full walk-in closet again, built-in shelving right over here to the left, recessed light, and then a window. But what I'm excited about is right across the hall. I hope you did that exact same sound. But in here, look at that, the floating ceiling design with the cove lighting. Then you see the tray that continues this way. Look at that projector screen, your sconces as well, plush carpeting, and look at your theater seats. Now this is somewhere you would probably spend so much time in here that it's uncomfortable to admit. At least that's how I feel. Let me know if you agree. And then you see your speakers as well. You got your projector ready to go. Beautiful. Right across the hall, you do have a pocket door inside of here, right? And this is going to be your shared full bathroom. You do have a walk-in, as you can see. You got the quartz countertops, oval mirror, custom cabinetry, and your shower niche. But as I pan you down here, look at the discreet drain right there. Love it. Now, if all that wasn't enough for you, let's head to our entertaining space. Look at that mural right there. Real neat. Haven't seen that. But over here, look at this. So you already have your full bar, wet bar to take advantage of. You got stacked cabinets, you got the LED strip, floating shelving, sink right here, built-in stainless steel microwave. You got a beverage fridge right over here. And look at that brick accent wall. So a ton of room to entertain the entire family, all your guests. As if, you know, the great room in the kitchen weren't enough, and then we haven't even got to the backyard retreat. So we'll see that in just a second. But look at this. So has that, you know, 1920s feel to it, which was intentional. You know, the owner of McCall Custom Homes, he's actually a fan of that era, right? So you will notice some aspects that they took from that, which is certainly unique and I appreciate. Okay. So it looks like we didn't miss a thing. If you haven't, again, let me know in the comments, please. And then as always, before we continue, let's overlook our foyer. Beautiful. All right. So now, last but not least, we'll take a look at the backyard. You have that junior Olympic size pool back here, but it's a multi-purpose pool. If you wanted to just relax and use it as a retreat, you can do so. You have multiple areas to do so. But look at this. Beautiful. So you have your granite countertops up here. You got a high bar, perfectly situated right next to your gas grill right here. Stainless steel. Now, you see your French doors right here. That's leading to your primary retreat. You have an extension that comes along right there. As I pan you upwards, you'll notice that's where we were earlier, where our balcony is. But look how perfect this is. So you already have a full built-in table. If you wanted to host a Christmas dinner, Thanksgiving dinner, you can do so. That multi-tone limestone continues this way as well. So you'll see those accents throughout. And then over here, you even have an additional high bar with a sink and some more counter space. And then you see the mini doors leading you inside of the home. And it's already fully equipped with the security system, you know, the touch lighting, anything that you can imagine, this home comes with. But look at the size of the pool. So you got your spa area over here. You can just hang out, relax. Now, if you wanted to turn this in and you wanted to maybe exercise a little bit inside the pool, run some laps, look at that, this stretch right there. And then if you have your guests over here hanging out, they can hang out on this side as well. Have some fun in the sun. But other than that, family, that was another beautiful luxury home tour. All right, Rankin family, I hope you enjoyed this luxury home tour right here in Boerne, Texas. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this particular property. It's not something we see every day, so I hope you appreciate this one just as much as I did. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this particular property. Is this something that you could see yourself raising a family in? Would you make any changes? If so, let me know in the comments below. Of course, if you want more information about this home or any home we showcase, reach out to the information in the description. Consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss a tour every single week. And I'll see you folks on the next property tour.